Hello dear students, welcome back with a new episode with math subjects. أعزائي أبنائي وبناتي طلاب الصف الرابع الابتدائي، أهلا بكم مرة تانية في حلقة جديدة من دروس مادة الماث تحت رعاية وإشراف وزارة التربية والتعليم. Today we are going to speak about polygons and we will complete what we said and we studied before about polygons. But we will speak about constructions, how to draw a rectangle if you know its dimensions. Of course, dimensions means length and width of the rectangle. تاني, dimensions يعني ايه يا ولاد؟ Dimensions يعني length and width of the rectangle. Of course, each one of you know the rectangle. طبعا كلنا عارفين الريكتانجل. It's famous quadrilateral. تمام؟ طيب. If we have the dimensions of the rectangle and we want to draw this rectangle, for example, but before, as we said, remember that the two dimensions of the rectangle, as we said, length and width. Draw AB line segment of length 5 centimeters. يعني أول حاجة عندي هنا AB 5 centimeters. تمام. طيب. Then we will use the ruler to draw the line segment AB. Okay, after that, this is first step. The second step, we have here this example to draw the rectangle ABCD whose dimensions are 5 centimeters and 3 centimeters. You can see here two tools. التو tools دول اللي هم ايه يا ولاد؟ ruler and set square. يبقى احنا عندنا اللي احنا بنستخدمه في drawing rectangle ruler and set square اللي استخدمناها قبل كده في ال geometric constructions in the previous lesson. تمام. طيب لاحظتوا ايه يا ولاد؟ We use the ruler and we place the ruler on the line segment AB. اللاين segment AB اللي احنا رسمناه بنخلي عليه ruler. We place the ruler on the line segment AB and we use the set square to draw the two widths. أنا عندي هنا width وعندي width برضه. يعني the rectangle has two lengths and two widths. Okay? طيب. Now you can see how can we draw the rectangle. تمام. Then we will get the rectangle ABCD. تمام. طيب. How to draw a square if you know its side length. أنا بقول هنا its side length because the sides of the square are equal in length. We studied before the sides of the square are equal in length. The square has 4 sides. If we know the side length of the square, then we can draw this square. Draw the square ABCD whose side length is 4 centimeters. The first step is to draw AB line segment from 0 to 4. Of course, you can draw a line segment, and when we use the ruler, we start from 0. Okay, so from 0 to 4, this is 4 centimeters of AB. تمام. After that, we will use the set square. But why we use the set square in drawing rectangle and square? احنا ليه بنستخدم الست سكوير في رسم or to draw the square and rectangle? Why? Because we have right angles. Okay, we have right angles. احنا عندنا right angle في square and rectangle. And to draw the right angle, we have to use the set square. لازم نستخدم set square because the square has a right angle. Great. تمام يا ولاد؟ زي ما انتم شايفين كده. خلاص. We will draw the first side on the right and the second side, okay, on the left. Then we will close this square and we will get the square ABCD, as you can see. To confirm your drawing, عشان تتأكد بقى ان drawing بتاعك تمام, be sure that the length of the sides of the square equal. يعني تأكد ان ال AB ال AB هنا 4 سنتيمتر then BC لازم تكون كام برضو 4 سنتيمتر AD 4 سنتيمتر CD 4 سنتيمتر as well. So this is how to draw the square. تمام. Now we have practice on what we studied before about polygons. Okay. طيب. In this exercise, we will use the board on or the screen. Stay with me because I will read and answer here. Okay? طيب. Put true for the correct statements and false for the incorrect one, and correct the wrong statement. تمام. طيب. Stay with me on the board. Come with me. Now we will take exercise on what we studied before about polygons and the famous shapes, which are rhombus, rectangle, square, and trapezium. Okay. We have here the first question in this exercise. Put true for the correct statement and false for the incorrect one, and correct the wrong statement. ونخلي بالنا من ال second part of this rubric أو السؤال اللي قدامنا ده بيقول لي and correct the wrong statement. يعني لو في عندي هنا wrong statements من اللي هنشوفوهم هنا دلوقتي خلاص we have to correct this statement. لازم نصححها ونشوف ايه الصح. طيب. Stay with me here. The first is the angles of a rectangle are right. The angles of a rectangle are right. So this is correct statement. Great. So we will make just true. That's all. Okay? طيب. The next. The sides of a square are equal in length. The square, its sides are equal in length. Correct. Perfect. Yes. Great. The next. The opposite sides of a parallelogram are parallel. The parallelogram, its opposite sides are parallel. It's correct as well because each two opposite sides are parallel. Great. So this is a correct statement as well. Okay? طيب. The next. The measure of any angle of a square is 45 degrees. Equals 45 degrees. The square has 4 angles. And the measure of each angle is what? 90 degrees. Great. 90 degrees because each angle of the angles of the square right angle. A right angle. And we studied before in grade 3. The measure of the right angle equals 90 degrees. Great. So this is what? This is incorrect. This is wrong. Because the correct is 90 degrees, not 45. Not 45. So this is the correct answer. Okay. The next here, any of the 4 angles formed from the intersection of 2 straight lines is a right angle. Again, any of the 4 angles. احنا عندنا 4 angles formed from what؟ بيتكونوا من ايه؟ The intersection of 2 straight lines. If we have 2 straight lines like this. احنا دلوقتي عندنا يا اولاد 2 straight lines, 2 intersecting straight lines. We have here 2 intersecting straight lines. Is this angle right angle? Of course not. Is this angle is right angle? Of course not. This is acute and this is obtuse. Then any of the 4 angles formed from the intersection of 2 perpendicular straight line. لازم نقول هنا perpendicular. علشان نقول right angle لازم يكون 2 straight lines. The 2 straight lines يكونوا perpendicular. ماشي يا ولاد؟ اوكي. يعني انا عندي الانجل دي كده right angle. يبقى انا عندي 2 straight lines هنا perpendicular. بس في الانترسكتنج straight lines the four angles are not perpendicular. Okay? It's not necessary، يعني مش بالضرورة يكونوا right angles. أنا عندي two perpendicular straight lines intersecting straight lines at the same time. But in the perpendicular straight lines, the four angles right. So this statement is wrong statement because any of the four angles formed from the perpendicular straight lines, not the intersection of. يبقى هكتب هنا perpendicular to straight lines. يعني the correct statement here هو بيقول لي and correct the wrong statement. ايه الصح هنا؟ المفروض اكتب perpendicular، ما اكتبش بس ايه intersection of two straight lines. Okay? Stay with me. The next. Put true for the correct statement again and false for the incorrect and correct the wrong statement. طيب. The first here, any angle of the four angles formed from the intersection of two perpendicular، شايفين يا ولاد؟ perpendicular straight lines is a right angle. يبقى الستيتمنت ديت ها correct or wrong؟ Of course correct statement. Why? Because again هو قال لي any angle of the four angles، يبقى أنا عندي four angles formed from، يعني بتتكون من the intersection of two perpendicular straight lines زي ما قلنا من شوية. ال two straight lines اللي هم two perpendicular straight lines. أنا عندي هنا four angles. Any angle here of the four angles as you can see is right angle. So this is a correct statement. Great. تمام. طيب. The next. Two parallel straight lines are two non-intersecting straight lines. To solve any question correctly, you have to understand this question. لازم تفهم السؤال كويس and you can read it more than one time. ممكن تقراه مرة كمان أو أكتر من مرة to understand it, to solve it correctly عشان تحله صح. Two parallel straight lines. أنا لو عندي two parallel straight lines، فاكرين؟ نفكركم مع بعض كده، نفتكر مع بعض ال parallel straight lines. فاكرين يا ولاد؟ أنا عندي هنا two parallel straight lines. أيوه. are two non-intersecting straight lines. يعني مش بيقطعوا بعض خالص. Yes, this is correct because they have or the two parallel straight lines have no intersection point. مفيش intersection point بتقابلوا فيها because they never intersect as we mentioned before. So this is correct statement. Great. The next. Two perpendicular straight lines on the same straight line are intersecting straight lines. Again, try to understand this. هو بيقول لي two perpendicular straight lines. تمام، يبقى أنا عندي هنا two perpendicular straight lines on the same straight line. يعني أنا لو عندي straight line يا ولاد، تمام؟ تمام. Again, we will draw it again. We have here a straight line. This is the green straight line here. And we have a perpendicular on this straight line. يعني أنا دلوقتي عندي straight line والstraight line الرايت straight line ده perpendicular here. Okay? تمام. And we have another straight line perpendicular. تمام؟ يعني أنا عندي هنا two perpendicular straight lines on the same straight line. يبقى أنا عندي أدي الستريت لاين L for example، هنسمي ده L. تمام؟ طيب ونسمي ده X، ونسمي ده Y. تمام. The two straight lines X and Y الاثنين هنا دول perpendicular on the straight line L. يبقى the straight line X perpendicular to the straight line L عشان هنا في right angle, and the straight line Y is perpendicular to the straight line L. طيب السؤال هنا عن ايه بقى؟ the two straight lines اللي هما x and y, the relation between them is what؟ يعني two perpendicular straight lines on the same straight line are intersecting straight lines. هل دول كده يا ولاد intersecting؟ يعني ده لما يكون perpendicular on L و y perpendicular on L. two straight lines x and y are parallel. Are what? Are parallel. Then this statement is wrong, is incorrect. فهنا لازم يقول لي are parallel straight lines, ما يقوليش intersecting straight lines. So this is wrong, and the correct is parallel straight lines. Okay, try to concentrate and focus on these questions. All of this very important, by the way. طيب, we can erase all here. The next. Complete the following, okay, in the quadrilateral. In the quadrilateral. A, each two opposite sides are parallel in what? And what? And what? And what? We have here 4 spaces. We have 4 famous quadrilaterals. Remember them with me. Rectangle, square, rhombus, and parallelogram. Okay? طيب احنا ليه قلنا ال4 quadrilaterals دول؟ الباراليلوجرام، the parallelogram طبعا احنا درسناه هو quadrilateral. It is a quadrilateral in which each two opposite sides are parallel. ده في الباراليلوجرام. And each of rectangle, the rectangle and the square and the rhombus are parallelograms. يعني الريكتانجل هو اصلا parallelogram والرhombus برضه parallelogram والsquare parallelogram. So this each two opposite sides are parallel satisfied on in what? In the 4 quadrilaterals. يعني الكلام ده بيتحقق فعلا في ال4 quadrilaterals اللي هم ايه؟ نكتبهم مع بعض. square, rectangle، ممكن نكتب اختصار rectangle كده، rhombus and parallelogram. نكتبها تحت هنا كده and parallelogram. تمام. B, each two opposite sides are equal in length. Equal in length in what? We have here 4 spaces. Each two opposite sides are equal in length in the 4 quadrilaterals. Again, great. In another color, square, rectangle, rhombus, and parallelogram. Okay, the next. The 4 sides are equal in length. ال4 sides يا ولاد equal in length. هنا بقى مش ما عنديش ال4 spaces because we have here only 2 quadrilaterals. In what and what? The 4 sides are equal in length in perfect square and rhombus. Great. يبقى اكتب هنا يا ولاد square and rhombus. تمام. طيب the next. The 4 angles are right in what and what? Great. Square. أنا سامع حد بيقول square. Great. And rectangle. Great. Yes. So here square and rectangle. The 4 sides, or sorry, the 4 angles are right. E, the 2 diagonals in what and what are equal and bisect what? The 2 diagonals in what and what are equal in length? The 2 diagonals in square and rectangle. The same answer here. Of course, and bisect each other. The 2 diagonals bisect each other in the 4 quadrilaterals, rhombus, square, rectangle, and parallelogram. But the 2 diagonals are equal in length in square and rectangle. Great. So we'll write here square and rectangle equal and bisect each other. Bisect each other. So this is about this exercise, okay? Hope that you understand this exercise well, because every question here very important. Try to revise your understanding, try to study hard about polygons, about the difference between the shapes which we studied in this lesson, rectangle, rhombus, square, and parallelogram, the properties of each figure. Okay, stay with me and back to our lesson. Okay, stay with me, please. Okay, notes here. Notes then answer the following questions. يعني نشوف هنا نلاحظ this figure is what? This figure is a rhombus. Is the figure is a rhombus? This is the question, is maybe a rhombus or not, but tell me. AB here, AB is not equal to BC. So figure 1 is not a rhombus. Figure 1 is what? Is not a rhombus. So the answer here, we will write no, because this is okay, yes or no question. So we will write here no. Why? Because AB line segment is not equal to CD line segment. Okay? We will write it again. هنكتبها تاني عشان تبقى واضحة. C D. The next, in figure 1, AB line segment parallel to what? And AD parallel to what? We said before that each two opposite sides are parallel. Opposite sides like this, متقابلان, AB and CD, or we can say DC. Great. So we will write here هنكتب هنا يا اولاد سي دي. تمام؟ طيب لو هي مش واضحه ممكن نكتبها تاني. سي دي and AD parallel to CB or BC. BC. Okay. طيب it means what? IE دي يعني means معناها يعني each two opposite sides are parallel. Each two opposite sides are parallel. احنا هنكتب هنا كلمة parallel with different color, maybe black, parallel. تمام. طيب you can write it. انتوا تقدروا تكتبوها. خلاص هنحل مع بعض. ممكن تكتبوا each two opposite sides are parallel. تمام؟ طيب the figure is called a parallelogram. This figure is called what? A parallelogram. A, B, C, D. طيب احنا هنا يا ولاد next here this figure is not a parallelogram of course. يعني من شكله كده هو مش parallelogram. طيب why? This figure is what? جميل. Is the figure 2 is a parallelogram? This is the question. Of course not. This is not a parallelogram. Why? ليه بقى الشكل ده مش parallelogram يا ولاد؟ So the correct answer here is no. The answer here we will write no. It is not a parallelogram. Why? Because what? XY line segment parallel to LZ. Okay? Yes, parallel to LZ. But XL line segment is not parallel to what? XL not parallel to YZ. not parallel to y z. تمام؟ يبقى علشان الفيجر يا ولاد يكون parallelogram لازم في حاجه مهمه جدا تكون ايه؟ each two opposite sides are parallel. But if we have only two opposite sides are parallel and the other two sides are not parallel, in this case the figure is not a parallelogram. It is great. It is a trapezium. 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 Okay? This is the name of this figure. When if we have two opposite sides are parallel, only two. طيب, this figure is called the trapezium, as you can see, and we will take the next. This figure, figure 3. Is figure 3 a parallelogram? Of course, yes. Why? Because نكتب yes الأول هنا, big yes, of course. Because MN line segment, as you can see, parallel to FE. Parallel to what? FE line segment. Okay. And MF line segment is parallel to NE. MF parallel to NE. Great. The next. In figure 3. In figure 3 here, we have MN equals NE equals EF. Great. أنا سامع حد بيجاوب. أهي. Equals what? EF. Again. We will write it again. هنكتبها تاني. EF. سوري، احنا طبعا مش هنكتب هنا اللاين سيجمنت ده. تمام. طيب هنقول equals FM. equals what? FM. جميل. طيب it means the figure 3 is a quadrilateral. Great. And its sides are equal in length. Equal in length. We have here 4 sides. All of them are equal in length. تمام. طيب this figure whose 4 sides are equal in length is called a rhombus. It's called what? A rhombus. Great. طيب the next is this is all of this lesson today. Okay, so this is the exercise about what we studied in this lesson. Okay, I hope that you understand everything today. وأتمنى تكونوا يعني بصحة جيدة، وأشوفكم على خير إن شاء الله الحلقة اللي جاية في دروس الماث تحت رعاية وإشراف وزارة التربية والتعليم، وإن شاء الله تكونوا دايما بخير، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.